Today, I want to take you to a very special place for me. I want to show you a little bit of the Albergue in Grañón. Now, it's not easy to really show this through a video and capture the magic of the Albergue, but I will try. First of all, let me tell you that this Albergue, which opened in 1997, is one of the first albergues that opened on the Camino Frances, and it's one of those that still shares the original spirit of the Camino, because everything is on a donation based. Now, 30 or 40 years ago, if you would do the Camino, there will be very few albergues, and all of them will be like this. Will be based on a donation, it will be offering a warm place for a pilgrim and a little bit of food. And that's what we try to do in Grañón. As you can see, you're literally in the tower of a church. Okay, this is the San Juan Batista Church in the little village of Grañón, which is just 5 or 6 kilometers after Santo Domingo de la Calzada, where most of the people have to say stop for the stage. But if you walk those extra 6 kilometers, then you're in for an amazing experience. Now, when I entered the albergue for the first time, many years ago, I was like, wow, this place doesn't look like any other place. And not only because we are sleeping in the tower of the church, but because of how it feels like being at home, you know? And then I stopped and I would read this book with all the messages from the pilgrims, and I would just feel like, wow, like loaded with energy, with passion. And there's a cozy place, like this big saloon where we would have a dinner with the pilgrims, where pilgrims could just have a chat, they could sit by the fireplace, they could just read a book, and it just felt like, okay, this is not like a commercial space, this is just like home.
Peregrinos, Buen Camino!
And you know what? As I'm editing this beautiful video about the experience in Grañón, I get a lot of memories, and I want to share with you something extra. You know, every night in Grañón, we would gather after the dinner in the choir of the church. The choir of the church is a special place because it's on top of the church. You can see the altar, which is beautiful. It's Baroque, and it's the place where the monks used to pray. Right, this church, the one where also the pilgrims are sleeping, used to be a monastery way before. And while I won't go into details about everything that we do inside the choir, because I want it to be a surprise, I want you to come to Grañón and experience it yourself, but I want to tell you that every night is also different, right? And we usually talk about the Camino, we usually share some wishes about our own Caminos, but on one night, there were two men, an Australian man and a man from Singapore, who met on the Camino. And like many people, both of them were on a Camino because they had something to process. They had some pain, something, which I don't know about and I don't even want to share, you know? But the man from Singapore was good at playing guitar. And they decided, we want to sing a song. Would you like to join us? They want to sing a song by Rod Stewart. I don't want to talk about it. And so we said, yes, of course. And what you will see now is a clip from that moment. And again, it won't happen again, because every night is different in Grañón. But that's the magic of it. You have to come to experience it yourself. So have a look. That was a beautiful moment that we experienced that time. And hopefully we will see you in Grañón very soon.
The stars in the sky don't mean nothing to you, they're a mirror. I don't want to talk about it, how you broke my heart.
we're talking about music, I figured it's also time to tell you another story that happened in Grañón. And as I'm saying, every night in Grañón is different from the previous one. And the reason is that there's different people, right? And so this was a really magical moment, because on one night we just finished the dinner and we washed everything, and usually after the dinner, that's where we have that moment where we go in the choir of the church. So we were still like, gathering our things. Some people were having some tea, sitting by the fireplace. And then all of a sudden there's this Korean pilgrim who might have had a couple of glasses of wine, I don't know, but she just stands up, goes to the piano, because there's a piano there, and she starts playing. And oh my God, what a wonderful moment. She just started playing. She was playing What a Wonderful World and another song. And I'll play that for you now, so you can also relive this moment with me. Because again, this is magical. This is the magic of the Camino. And it's definitely a moment that it's unlike any other. It will never repeat. And I will always remember. Good morning. It's been a few days since I started my adventure as an Hospitalero here in Grañón, and I have some things to share, right? It's a magical thing. It's tiring, I have to be honest, I thought I would have more free time, but especially in this kind of albergue, you spend a lot of time cleaning, you spend a lot of time preparing food. Literally, we have a tight routine, right? We start at maybe 6:30 or 7 a.m. We prepare the breakfast. We have breakfast with the pilgrims, and it's a nice breakfast. Usually we try to provide all sorts of food, lots of protein, not just white bread and jam, but eggs, cheese, cookies, a lot of good stuff for the pilgrims. And after that, we clean. The pilgrims leave around 8 or 8:30. We have to clean, and depending on the number of pilgrims, you have to clean. That were the night before, we would have to clean more or less. But it's not over then, because once we are done with the cleaning, we might have 1 or 2 hours free, but we need to go and buy groceries and buy anything else that we might need: food, bread, cleaning products, Some of these we can buy in a small village here, Grañón, but others we need to go to Santo Domingo de la Calzada, which is 6 kilometers from here, all the way down there. So it's a lot, and then the pilgrim starts arriving, shortly after lunch, and the game starts again. You need to welcome the pilgrims, assist them, ask their questions, check in the pilgrims, you know, do all the registration stuff, but speaking multiple languages and sometimes getting literally lost in translation. And then the dinner preparations, you go to the mass, you have some very special moment after dinner with all the pilgrims, which unfortunately I don't want to spoil on YouTube, so you have to come to Grañón to see what's the magic of our, let's say, reflexive and spiritual moment after dinner. And then prepare again the breakfast, a few things for the day after, and it starts again. So it's very tiring, but I have a little bit of time now. I have, I think, 3 or 4 minutes before the bells are going to ring here in the tower. So some of the most amazing things is like when you talk to some pilgrims, and the pilgrims are very grateful to you, because you will really see how they their eyes, you know, are full of surprise when they get all that food, a nice breakfast, an amazing dinner, you know, like fruit and everything, just, you know, as part of a donativo experience on a donation base. They're literally shocked. A lot of people just cannot believe, you know, in a society where everything needs a price, that there's something that doesn't have a price, that you just, you know, you give a donation based on your needs, and that's it. And that's really amazing and surprises a lot the pilgrims, I have to say. But it's not the only thing, right? There's also their gratefulness, the notes they leave on the pilgrim's book. You know, every day they leave a few notes, you know, by saying thanks for all the things we did for them, and reading those notes in the morning. I don't know, it's something really, really recharging, extremely rewarding for an Hospitalero. It's a great way to start a day. And there's also the bad things, right? There's also some pilgrims that take advantage of it. We also had episodes of pilgrims that unfortunately have a reputation, and when I say a reputation, is because Hospitaleros from all the Caminos, they are in touch with each other. Pilgrims that come and then pretend they are sick and they want to stay a few days, get free food, but that's the least, right? Because one of them also was known for stealing from the donativo box. We have this box of the donations, and it's just an open box, and everybody sees that, right? And of course, if you are really in need, you can take 10 euros, you know, something for your next day. That is totally okay, you know, that's nothing bad about it. But when pilgrims steal more or go and steal into the backpacks of other pilgrims, well, that's not nice. So we had to prevent this from happening, and there was a conversation with a person that for me was maybe the personification of the evil, and the person left. And it was okay, right? Actually, I think the person understood that they had been recognized for their wrongdoings. So that's also this, right? But it's an amazing experience. I'm really enjoying it. I'm in a fabulous place. I'm just enjoying the village life, getting to know the priest, getting to know the bakery, getting to know the mini market, saying hello to everyone. Oh, and it's 11. Time to go. So noisy. We had a small interruption. I knew I was not gonna make it on time. And that's why I decided to sit here, because by sitting down at least I wouldn't get as scared by the sound of these bells, you know, these huge and powerful bells that ring every hour and every half hour here in Grañón. But that's what I was saying, right? It's a bit of everything. It's very rewarding experience. I think everybody should do it if you have done a Camino, just to see from the other side. And most of all, what I learned is that if you have done a Camino and you know as a pilgrim what are your needs, then you're gonna try to do the same for the pilgrims that come to you when you're an Hospitalero. And that's what I think makes it special, right? We're not doing it as a business. We're just trying to provide to the pilgrims exactly what we would expect to have as a pilgrim. So that's it. From pilgrims for pilgrims. Buen Camino.